between Bundy Ranch supporters and the federal government continues this morning, and the owner of the ranch at the center of it all says they're not standing down.
But what else do they have planned to fight the government?
Well, Bob Massey has been live for us all morning outside the ranch in Nevada with the very latest. He's joined this morning by Susan Bundy, the sister of Cliven. So, Bob, tell us, what is the very latest as of right now, 9:16 on the East Coast?
Well, I got everybody out here, and Susan was nice enough to come over. And Susan, you know, we've been talking for a while. And my first question is, who do you think is actually behind this that's caused such an uproar?
Well, I can tell you, in my opinion, I think the Sierra Club is one of the big backers, and they have been for years and years. And I feel like that Harry Reid and is backing it and pushing it. He also put his man over the BLM. And then our Chief Commander Obama is on the top of the list.
So you think basically, if you had to summarize it, you believe that BLM basically is literally just trying to take control of the entire environment now, in reference to ranchers and things of that nature?
Yes, it's all about control. It's all about taking the public lands and locking them down.
Now, you said something interesting. You said that everybody's been making a big deal about the grazing fees. That BLM's saying, well, the reason this happens are grazing fees. Tell our viewers right now what your thoughts are on that.
Well, I can tell you right now that my brother has no problem with paying the grazing fees, and he'll pay all the back grazing fees. But he will pay them to the Clark County, Nevada, because they are the owners of the land. He will not pay them to the government. They don't have the right to. And he has paid them to Clark County years ago, and you know, they didn't know what to do if they quit accepting them. It's not about the grazing fees. I would like to tell everybody that.
The other thing you mentioned is, right now, the springtime is the most important time of the year for grazing, for purposes of the cattle, for purposes of revenue for the ranch. Again, tell our viewers real quick, what's the significance of them taking the cattle now, and how does it affect the ranchers?
Yeah, the spring of the year here is the most productive. I mean, that's when we have the best feed. That's when the mama cows have their babies, and they're feeding their babies, nursing their babies. Well, years ago, probably about the second or third step of locking us down, they told my brother he's got to take his cattle off in the spring of the year so the turtle can come out.
Right, and so,
you know,
and again, I don't want to cut you short, we're living on time, but I think what the issue you're saying is, you know, the cattle has been grazing for years, guys, and I said to you earlier in New York that, in fact, the turtles have been around for 100 years, okay? Right. And the cattle never bothers. As a matter of fact, it's part of the food chain, guys. And so this is all about, from the rancher's perspective, it's about control. It's about the federal government taking over the rights of the ranchers, and we need the state to get involved. That's their position. They want the state of Nevada to get involved. They want the governor to get involved. What I did learn earlier, real quick, is that the sheriff, Mr. Sheriff Gillespie, is going to be out here this morning at 9 o'clock at the rally. Hopefully, supposedly, he said to a representative that he was working something out with the BLM. They're going to wait and see. More people are going to be here in a couple hours, guys. This is all about America, and there's great Americans out here today.
There's two men I didn't mention, and that is...
We got to wrap it.
Oh,
but you did great. You did great.
Yeah, I didn't go up the ladder good enough, you guys. I didn't get Doug, and I didn't get the Dave.
Meanwhile, the latest development this morning also that the FAA has made a no-fly zone around the area. Governor Huckabee had a theory on that it's so that pictures can't be taken of what's going on there.